crispy.
Okay, so basically, one of the last videos, probably the last video, was my 5th anniversary. Just talking about how far I've come in 5 years. The next few videos are going to be about the setups and everything, but we'll start out with this first one. It's going to be a longer setup with Kraven and Spider-Man sitting here because I'm just going to go over the whole cityscape and stuff this first time. Maybe review it in the next video too, but basically, we have this construction site that we're rebuilding from my original, one of my first, probably my first 20 photos. I did. I'm not gonna get too much into it. Probably already talked about it on the last video. This is all out of order. I haven't even done that video yet, and I won't until all these other videos are done. But basically, I wanted to show you guys how much I've come in 5 years and how terrible I used to be, and then that's what that video is about. So if you haven't seen it, go back and watch. It is interesting. It's worth checking out just to see how far I've come. And how far you can come too if you put the work in and spend the money on accessories like I did. But let's go on to like really what the setup, where everything came from. We have these Power City construction set. That's the frame of the building. One of my oldest purchases, obviously, because it was in my first videos. But it doesn't cost that much for one set. I own two, and I got quite a bit left over that I didn't use in this picture. But that's what the structure's from. All these other little accessories are from like a 124 scale construction site model kits, and that's where those cones came from. The wheelbarrow, the water jugs, the cooler, the radio, this little pallet on the ground, I think, came from that, and these other bags right here, and that ladder even. But on the left, we have the Playmobil shipping containers. We even have the Mega Bloks shipping containers. Both I recommend, highly recommend both those. The Mega Bloks are a lot more fun because those doors open on them. The Playmobil are much bigger, and they work fantastic for background, but they don't open up on the ends like the Mega Bloks do. You can see these barrels here between them. Those are also, I think, 124 barrel scale barrels off eBay. This fence here is from my childhood. That's old school. Came with like a jungle set, and I'm glad I never threw it away. I got a ton of those, so I got this really cool fencing. Those little iron things on the ground, I got to turn those around and hide the wax or clean off that wax on them before I really get going here. But those are actually from, God, what are they? They're I don't know, some kind of dio that I got overseas. God, I can't think of what they're called. It doesn't matter. They're nothing really. But I do have this X Blocks building that you guys have seen. I did a video about it a few years ago because it came with some other buildings. One of them I'm using in this shot actually. But then we have the Walking Dead fence back there. No, construction sites can be fenced in. It's not going to be all out in the open. So I really had to get that. It always adds so much to the background when you throw that in there. There's a dumpster in back that you probably won't see in any of the videos, but that was also 124 scale or 132nd scale maybe. Dumpster that I got off eBay. I had to paint myself. This building here, Fisk Heights, that is from a guy named Chris Lyons. Does fantastic work. I don't even know if he does anymore. I never see him on Facebook anymore, or even Instagram. I don't know if he still does commissions, but he's a fantastic artist. He actually did this Jay and Silent Bob quick stop groceries gas station for Jay and Silent Bob. He made that too. I bought it actually from a different guy. It ended up in my possession. The water tower, weird enough, is from Cars. I actually did a review on that. I think I found it in the clearance aisle for like half off, and then ripped the toy apart, and I got a cool water tower out of it. But the red building is X Blocks. Also, that is one of the other buildings, and I have it levitated just to get it higher up so it adds more to the cityscape. We have mega blocks right there. Those two buildings are mega blocks. Classic Spider-Man set you can get off eBay usually for a decent price. And then those building cutouts, those actually you can get at Walmart at the party area, birthday party area. And they give you a pretty good run of that. That's only like a third of it. I cut it apart. Did a bunch of different ones because it's just too much all at once. I actually bought a second one because it costs like $1. So I'll pretty much have those buildings for life. And then I have my gradient red light. I did plain light, and it was either too bright or not bright enough. And then I added the red tissue paper, which actually gave the moon a nice orange glow to it to have behind Kraven. So that's basically the whole setup put together. And then, of course, I have Kraven and Spider-Man up on wood dowels. It's cheese wax. It's holding them on there. And you just got to position the dowels, especially with like Kraven, you got to position it to where you're not going to see the wood dowels. He's up on kind of a slant, and we're hitting Spider-Man straight on just to help hide that dowel. But, that's a method I originally used on the original pictures from 5 years ago when I did all those 9 Spider-Man shots. And I did a really terrible job. If you look at the Green Goblin, I'm sure I'll talk about it more later, but if you look at the Green Goblin, you can see his stand stuck to the bottom of his glider. And at the time, I couldn't figure out how to get him on the glider. Well, you got to stick the wax to the back of or Green Goblin, whatever goblin on his glider. You can't. I stuck it to the bottom of the glider, and it was top heavy, and I could not get it to stand up at all, and it just looks like crap. So, and even back then, I could have taken some kind of polyester fuzz and covered it up, and it would have hid that, and I just didn't know any better because I just started. But that's basically the whole setup in its entirety. It looks amazing. I'm very happy with it, with how this setup is. Adding this catwalk onto my table really made a huge difference. So I'm glad I did that. But yeah, so this is the first shot. I haven't even done any of the other ones. This is going to be a fun shoot. I think I'm only going to do one more for this video, and I might walk away just because this is already like 7 minutes long. So let's go on to Sandman. All right, so our next shot is Sandman. We have, again, Spider-Man levitating after Sandman's punching him. I always put the base on Sandman. He's a really awesome sand base. But for once, I decided not to use it just because I always use it. I always use a Sandman leg base. And it just kind of, let's, switch it up a little bit. This perfect video to do it. But typically it's this right here. And I just, we'll have Spider-Man getting punched, thrown through the air. Not much else to say about this one. Of course, he's up on the wax, levitated, and then Sandman just basically having that swing, to his arm, like as if he just punched him. So, again, worked out really well. The setup is great. I'm very excited to use it. This is only the second picture I've done with it, so I'm really excited to do the rest of them. So let's go on to Doc Ock. We'll do Doc Ock quick. All right, so we basically have the next shot. This will be the final one for this video, but it's Doc Ock's turn. We have Spider-Man, progressing further, being torn apart. Before we had his arm, a little bit of costume torn off his arm, a little bit, and now it's off his face. And we'll slowly chip away at him throughout this whole thing. I did on the original shot too. So that's not like this is nothing new. But yeah, he's just taking a crazy amount of abuse. I have Doc Ock with his legs in their stands. This is from the Luke's Toy Store set. And I had to tack them down because if he's going to hold Spider-Man, it was just too top heavy. He kept tipping over. And then I had to, put some gravel on the ground. I kind of hope it comes off like he's torn up the ground as he's walking in it. Because there's no other way to hide those stands, really. So I tried to make it look like he was, the ground was dug up where he was planting his feet. Hopefully that works. And then I put a little bit of tack on Spider-Man's hand again, like like I always used to levitate him, of Dr. Octopus having him, hanging there as if, you're defeated Spider-Man. So another, another cool shot. Yeah, anyways, that'll do it for this video. I don't know how I'm going to do this video, if I'm going to show you the originals at the beginning. I think what I'm going to do, you've already seen it, but I think what I'm going to do is just put these new ones at the beginning, and then once you're done here, you'll see I'll post the original shots with these new ones after this. But otherwise, hit that like and subscribe button. Check out the description of the video for my Mini-Mate pages on Instagram and Facebook. And check out that other video, my 5th anniversary. It just I go over quite a bit on what's gone on over the last 5 years and how much things have changed and where I started out at. Yeah, go ahead, check that out. But otherwise, I will see you guys at the next video. Bye now.